Here's another one. One time for mine now. Let's go.
Could be something true now. I'm not looking anymore. The times we're thinking, love are thrown now. Sharing real connections, what we're made for. Come on, let go, baby, more. Don't you know you're ready on a jump for that? Try to put the road double quick on the go, but I know use. Hey, I'm gonna go in.
And I will with a flow, double trouble on a go poses. Keep posing, opposing against these foes. Please know I'm the roses that grew out on the concrete jungles.
Not a day goes by without me thinking about that way the world stepped with motion. When you walked into my life and we connected like we shared the same emotion. Couldn't help but move that glass of better smiles into each other's lives like this. All this energy's got us inspired now. We couldn't stop it, just say it again.
Persona 4, dancing all night.
All right. What's going down? Everybody? Figured I'd do something a little different today because I'm always going straight to the dancing. Let's do the story. We'll go standard. Give us a little bit of longer, that way it just naturally flows.
Well then, that concludes this audition. We'll contact you individually with your results after some time.
Thank you, sir.
Take care now.
Thanks for everything. Thank you for staying so late. Thank you so much. See you. Please excuse us. Sorry. Thank you for everything. We'll get back. Oh, good luck. I'm rooting for you too.
Now, I wouldn't go in the back if you saw a girl going in the dark.
Excuse me? Yuko-san?
What the? Was that a
It came
scream?
from the studio.
It was from the studio. Hey,
What?
what's going on?
Hey, have you heard that rumor?
Huh? Which one?
When you look at some website at midnight, there's this weird video that plays on its own. It's hard to really make out much at first, but you can totally see this idol who should be dead dancing in it. When you watch the video to the end, supposedly you get taken away to the other side, and you never wake up.
What? Wait a minute. Horror cliche 101. Never mind. Hold up a second. Configuration. Should be some auto advance. Where's it at? Yeah. Confirm. There we go. Okay, I guess I'll be the narrator. Okay, before you sit. So,
Oh, welcome to the Velvet Room. Don't worry, this is merely a dream. The you in the real world is sound asleep. Having said that, you're no guest of this room.
she fixes you with a piercing stare as if.
Perhaps you've gone astray in your dream and wandered into a realm beyond your ken. This is the Velvet Room, a place that exists between dream and reality, mind and matter. Normally, only those who have agreed upon some form of contract may come here.
After saying so, she turns the gaze downward as if it contemplate.
But nothing meaningless happens in this room. If you are here, there must be a reason for it. Very well. I'll use this as an opportunity to tell you of a guest we once hosted here.
The woman before you straightens her posture slightly, then faces you directly. It seems she is going to tell you a story about someone other than yourself. Who?
Yes. I know just whose story to relate.
No, you don't.
This is the tale of an unforgettable guest who kindled within my heart a flame that none of our countless visitors could match. I knew him as Yu Narukami. In overcoming a terrible ordeal that befell a certain town, he formed an irreplaceable bond with his friends. The power of their bond supported them through every trial, even when facing an adversary with inhuman powers. They remained undaunted throughout. You seem perplexed.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised. You could have no notion of what I'm speaking of, after all. In
Nope.
that case, I will show you a glimpse into the story after they overcame their ordeal.
Alright. When the woman raises her hand, brilliant light slowly floods your surroundings. That was a brilliant light.
To be clear, this is not the story of the ordeal they faced. One might think of it as a festival that they performed in, at the risk of their own lives.
Okay. Start off with chapter 1-1, y'all. Production company Takura Productions practice studio. About half a year has passed since we solved the case that took place in the peaceful rural town of Inaba. Summer vacation has been over for a while, but the heat still clings today. We head to certain production company's office for a particular purpose.
Rise-san's very late. It's past time for our lesson already.
Upon saying so, Naoto looks up at the clock on the wall. Naoto Shirogane, she's an underclassman of 1 year younger than me, and she's a detective, fifth generation of the distinguished Shirogane family. When I first met her, she had problems with how others saw her and presented herself as
No text or voicemail from her. What about you?
Me neither, it seems. I wonder if something happened. But in that case, I think you'd be the first one Rise-san would contact, Senpai.
Rise Kujikawa, she's an underclassman, a year younger than me. Like Naoto, she's a teen idol famous for Japan, working under the company Takura Productions. Just like Naoto, she has her own issues to deal with. When I first met her, Rise had hiatus from the work and the idol. However, the years we spent together helped her grow, as she currently is in the midst of her comeback to show business. Actually, Rise's comeback is essentially the reason ordinary high school students like us are here in the first place.
Should I give her a call?
No, we can wait a little longer. Her work schedule is tight to begin with. It's us who are imposing on her time. Or, rather, it's me.
My finger hovers over the call button, but I stop at Naoto's words and put my cell away. It's true, Rise is very busy. It may be better to wait a bit longer and see what happens. Just as I'm thinking this, Naoto moves on to another conversation topic.
It still seems so hard to believe. For me, of all people, to be standing in a production studio awaiting dance lessons.
I couldn't have pictured it either, if it wasn't for Rise's comeback performance.
The Love Meets Bonds Festival. They're calling it LMB for short, correct? It seems to be a momentous occasion. I've heard TV crews will be there on the day of the concert.
That's right. We'll be participating in the backup dancers' performance of LMB, the debut show for Risei's comeback. Of course, Risei aside, we're all just amateurs. We're going to need a lot of practice before we can handle a real show. So far, our practice has been extremely rigorous and still continues.
Ballroom dancing I could have managed, but I'm entirely useless at this. I felt much more at ease fighting monsters in a strange world than I feel here.
Oh man, I'm super late. I'm so sorry.
Risei-san! Oh, thank goodness you're all right.
My last meeting just wouldn't end. Were you two waiting long?
No, it wasn't that long.
Really? I was pretty late, so I figured you'd be mad.
We don't hold it against you. With the music festival right around the corner, you must be overwhelmed with all the preparations. After all, it's not just we two you've been supervising. I've heard that you're making time to give lessons to the others in Inaba as well.
As Naoto says, we three aren't the only ones of our friends that will be participating in the Love Meets Bond Festival. The members of the investigation team are our friends who helped us solve countless cases of distance and Inaba will be performing at the festival as well. Yosuke, Chie, Yukiko, Kanji, and Teddy, even now the 8 of us are practicing the dance group daily. Though Risei is busy with her work, she's been going back and forth between here and Inaba to help.
Well, everyone's pitching in to help me. Senpai, Naoto-kun, my friends in Inaba. I want all of us to be our absolute best on stage, so I'll do whatever I can to help achieve that. But man, the festival producer's been a real pill about it. Just a minute ago, she was going on and on about throwing our money away on amateurs. It was like I wasn't in the room. I was seriously seeing red. We'll show her. We're gonna pull this off whatever it takes, and then she'll see how amazing all of you are.
You're a true professional. My hat is off to you.
You know it. So you can't slack off either, Naoto-kun. Come on, let's get this rehearsal start.
Oh, good. All three of you are here.
The studio door opens, cutting off Risei's words. The man poking his head through the doorway might be the only one of a friendly face here besides Risei, the unfamiliar studio.
Inoue-san? What's up? Wait, is that you, Nozomi? Oh my gosh! Hey girls, it's been forever!
The man called Inoue gives a smile and enters the room. There are a number of girls behind him, but I don't recognize any of them.
I'm sorry to interrupt your practice, Yu-kun and Naoto-kun.
Ah, Risei-san's manager.
Could you spare a moment of your time? There are some people I'd like to introduce you both to. They're another idol group with Takara Productions. They'll be performing at LMB, too. Allow me to introduce Nozomi Nakahara, Tamami Uesugi, Sumomo Ujima, and Tomoe Sayama. These are the next generation of idols, following in Risei-chan's footsteps.
I see, so they're Risei's juniors. The 4 girls clearly are all part of the same group, smiled at us, dressed in matching costumes. This isn't good. I'm not an expert on the showbiz world to begin with, so there's no way I know about that. It is rude to tell the actual teen idols to their faces. I don't know them. If Yosuke were here, he would call things different. However, backup comes from an unexpected place. Naoto is wanting to speak up previously.
I've seen them on TV before. As I recall, they're members of Kanamine Kitchen.
Wow, Naoto-kun, that's right. You sure do your homework on this stuff. But it's just you 4? Where's Konami?
Konami-chan's doing PR right now for her solo photo book that's out soon.
Konami's Kitchen, I recall the name. I see they're the members of the group. If I remember, they're a popular group idol made from the center of, yeah, just, I don't know, I can't read this stuff.
You know, Inoue-san, you've been pushing Konami too much lately. I don't think having her take on every job she's offered is a good thing.
You don't mince words, do you, Tomoe-chan?
Well, I have to be direct. LMB is just around the corner. Do you understand that even now we're behind on rehearsing?
Oh, I do. Trust me, I know how big that event is going to be for your group.
Hey, I want to do photo book work too. I want to model lots of outfits like cute swimsuits.
And she just came right in direct.
Just calm down. If a job like that comes in, I'll make sure you get a crack at it.
Tomoe-san gives weary sigh as Sumomo-san, whatever. Trying to keep up with these words is like trying to keep up with a whole booklet. You know what? While thinking it over, Naoto seems that started by their presence in a completely different way, but is somewhat taken aback.
This is a bit overwhelming. It's like being in a room with 5 Risei-sans.
What? Am I that much like them? Is that what you think of your coach?
Oh, no. That wasn't my intent at all.
So this guy's Yusan? Huh.
If I recall, in Noe-san's early introduction, this aggressive girl must be Tamami-san. After walking over towards us, she looks into my face and stares intently at me. Did I do something to offend her?
I'm Yu Narukami. It's nice to meet you.
Whoa, listen to this guy. Aren't you a tad too composed? You seem way too cool. I don't like it one bit.
Jeez, there she goes again. I'm sorry, Senpai. She's always quick to pick fights with anyone and everyone.
I see. So that's the kind of girl she is. When I nod at Risei's words, Tamami-san dramatically points at me. What now?
Just you wait, Yusan. The next time I see you, I'll have a herd of boys with me. All of them better and dreamier than you. It'll be a boy trail that goes so far back you can't see the end. Like a goldfish's you-know-what.
The air in the room goes frigid at Tamami-san's bizarre example. Was that intentionally awkward? Or should I say something back and back her up?
I'm sorry. Tamami-chan isn't very good at metaphors.
Hey, why'd you go with you-know-what? Are we not supposed to say goldfish poop?
Well, I don't think saying poop in and of itself would damage an idol's
Yo.
image. Though, when you go out of your way to avoid saying it like that, it just calls more attention to it.
Shut up!
Momo-san darts away as Tamami-san chases her. While Tomoe-san watches in aspiration, this suddenly becomes a sketch comedy. That's when the last member, standing next to Inoue-san, steps forth and smiles cheerfully. Her name was right, Nozumi-san.
Come now, everyone. A lady should always be graceful.
I'm pleased to meet you. I'm Naoto Shirogane.
It's an honor to make your acquaintance. I hope to make an impression on you.
I see. No wonder she's part of the same group as the other three. Nozumi-san seemed at first glance like someone you could talk to normally, as opposed to her colleagues. But it seems she won't be a cakewalk either. Naoto must have been thinking the same thing. When I looked to her, she's desperately trying to relax her frozen expression as she responds to Nozumi-san.
Yes, well then.
All right, that's enough, everyone. They're just amateurs, so try not to bother them too much.
Oh, it's no bother. We're fine. Right, Senpai?
Yeah, it's no trouble.
Such a mature response. I like what I'm seeing.
Okay, that's enough. You two gotta know when to put the brakes on these girls. If you don't, you'll never hear the end of it.
Oh?
Who are these people anyway, Risei-senpai? And there's more coming, right? I heard they're your friends, but they're not your boyfriends, are they?
Of course not. I mean, how would that even be possible? But they are all important to me. They're my friends, more precious to me than anything.
For a moment, the four of them are at a loss for words upon hearing Risei. An odd silence settles. What's wrong? I don't think what she said was that weird.
Friends, huh?
That sounds so nice.
Then again, you could say you, Senpai, is special to me.
Ooh, is that so?
Is that so?
That's a big
Cutting
no-no.
off my train of thought.
You're
Rise grabs my arm and clings like usual. I know she's just joking, but Rise, can an idol like you afford to do something like that in front of other people?
Rise-san.
Oh dear. Well, I guess if anyone can get away with it, it's you, Rise-chan.
That reminds me, Inoue-san. You're done introducing everyone, right? We need to get started on our lesson.
You're right. We ought to get going in that case. Everyone, let's break until the evening interview. Could you stay in your dressing room so I can come get you later?
Okay.
The members of Kanami Kitchen reply in unison and bow before properly and smoothly filling out the room. Maybe it's odd, but ever since I started coming to Takura Productions, I've seen a lot of people here automatically shift gears like this. They really are professionals. I suppose it goes to show that even those girls are entertainers through and through.
Please excuse us.
Oh yes! The TV spot for LMB is going to start airing today. You should let everyone know. It'll be broadcast across Japan, so they should be able to see it in Inaba too.
Nice. Thanks, Inoue-san.
Inoue-san is the last to leave, and we're back to just 3 of us in the studio. The sudden quiet is like the aftermath of a storm. Naoto mumbles, almost involuntarily.
A TV commercial. Well, that's what we filmed the other day, yes? It's really going to appear on TV.
Is it finally hitting you? That's right. All our smiling faces will be on TVs all across Japan. So there's no backing out of this now, okay, Naoto-kun?
Come now. You needn't say it like that.
I'll email everyone about the ad later. Let's get practicing.
I'm sure they'll be watching even if we don't tell them about it.
On that point, I agree. I doubt they'd ever miss festivities like this.
She has a point. I think of the faces of our friends in Inaba and can't help but smile. The Love Meets Bond Festival's TV commercial introduces all the participants of the event. So we all participated in that filming too. We're going to appear on TV, and this time it won't be some bizarre program that only comes on at midnight. That does feel a little embarrassing, but it certainly be an exciting experience. Not to mention, my friends are even more attentive to this kind of thing than I am. They've probably already invited each other over and are waiting for the commercial's broadcast. The funny mental image brings a smile to my face.
The Love Meets Bonds Festival.
That scared the crap out
Let
of me.
passionate songs and dance echo across the world. In addition to this all-star cast, there will be special guests. The talented Devilish Idol, Rise Kujikawa. The meaty idol group Konami Mashita and Kanami Kitchen.
Come join us at LMB Festival. We'll form a passionate bond with you all. Our meat's extra yummy, so
Enjoy everyone!
Oh, there we are.
Did they say, wait.
Right there.
They said the meat is extra yummy?
Mommy, don't look at them.
Okay, alright. I don't know what to say about that. That night, Rise, Naoto, and I were still spending our time on dance practice at Takura's production studio.
One, 2, 3, 4. 2, 2, 3, 4. Come on, Naoto-kun. Hey guys, let's stop for a bit.
This is intense. I didn't envision it to be this tough. It's all worked out in my head, but
Well, there's your problem. You're thinking too much. You stiffen up like that. Some skill is necessary, of course, and you have to factor in the choreography too. But once you have that, all you need to do is show how you feel by moving with the music.
Is that how it works? You, Senpai, what do you think about when you dance?
I don't think of anything, really. I'm just having fun.
That's how it should be. Dancing isn't just about moving to the rhythm. It's expressing yourself and your feelings to the people watching you. If you're trying to get across the message that this is fun, then us dancers need to be having more fun than anyone.
Why is her
Expressing one's
response so
feelings,
lame?
huh? That makes a kind of sense now that you explain it. In ancient times, dancing was a form of culture developed as a means of expressing one's faith and ideals without words. So then, it's not a matter of being good or bad at it. I must instead learn how to express myself without fear.
Come on, Naoto-kun. You're still overthinking it. It's like what Chie-senpai always says. Don't think, feel. In your case, you just gotta loosen up and enjoy yourself. Don't worry if you do a move wrong. Okay, let's try it from the top one more time.
Already? Can't we please, take a short break?
Rise still raring to go, but it's clear to see Naoto's legs are shaky and she sounds flustered. A quick break might help. As I'm deciding how I can help the situation, my cell that I'd set off on the side begins to ring loudly and vibrating. The caller ID shows Yosuke Hanamura. Yosuke to the rescue.
It's Yosuke. I need to step out for a bit to take this.
Okay, then we'll start right after you come back.
Oh, I'm saved.
Hello? Yosuke?
Yo, partner. Are you okay to talk right now?
Yeah, it's fine.
Good.
Oh snap. At the sound of a familiar voice on the line, I can't help but to smile in relief. My bad, I went blue screen for a minute. My partner in Inaba keeps talking in his usual carefree self, a carefree tone.
Dude, we saw the commercial. We all gathered around the TV at Junes when it was on. Man, seeing that stuff got us all pumped up. Are we all celebrities now? Maybe I should start working on my autograph.
That might be a good idea.
Anyway, we're heading over there tomorrow. We leave first thing in the morning, so I'm sure we'll get there before noon. Just wait until you see where all our training has gotten us.
I look forward to it.
Even at our first practice, Yosuke surprised us all with his natural death moves. The video that Rise's been recording only prove he's been getting better and better. It's been a while since then, so I'm sure he'll show us a dance as amazing as he says. Lost in thought, I pick up on the sounds like arguing on the other side of the call. It's already starting. I can easily picture what's happening on the other end, and I end up smiling despite myself.
Dude, Teddy, hold your horses. You'll get your turn. So, hey! Hello, is this Sensei? I'm doing very well.
Oh yeah? I'm glad to hear that.
Teddy is a resident of the TV world that we met through the case we solved. Still, he's an important friend as the rest of us. Right now, he lives at Yosuke's. Normally, he wears a trademark bear fur, and the local kids know him as the mascot of the department store Junes. However, judging by the tone of his voice, he must be taking his inner form as a young man right now. Sounds like he grabbed Yosuke's cell away through it. Though, he might end up regretting that.
I bet it must be lonely without me there, but don't you worry about that. I'll be coming with the others tomorrow to get married to you, Sensei.
That should be interesting.
Nana-chan and Pops are coming too, of course. Let's see, what other news is there? Huh? Ah!
On the other end, sounds like Teddy turned around and a methodical scream rings out. That's just the phone a little farther from my ears. Business as usual. My guess is that Yosuke got back up and saw Teddy with this white phone. I think I know well enough to work out what'll happen next.
Damn it, Teddy, I was still talking to him. No! Yosuke, violence isn't the answer!
Sounds like you two are still getting along.
What gave you that idea? Anyway, that's the gist of it. We're coming tomorrow. Tell Rise and Naoto we said hi. See ya!
See you tomorrow.
Huh? Are you done with the studio, Yukun?
I turn at the familiar voice and see Inoue-san standing there with a can of coffee in his hand. It seems pretty late already, though being a manager of a teen idol must be a pretty demanding job.
No, not yet. I was just taking a call.
Ah, I see. By the way, I'm sorry about the commotion this afternoon. Is Rise-chan still with you?
Yes, she's helping us rehearse.
That reminds me, I don't think I've thanked you yet. I'm still surprised that you agreed to perform. Would you like some coffee?
I graciously accept the coffee and answer Inoue-san's smile with one of my own. Agreed to perform, Inoue-san's most likely referring to backup dancing at the LMB.
Thank you. We were surprised too. I never thought we'd be asked to perform with Rise in her comeback show.
Rise-chan insisted on it as soon as her spot at the festival was decided. As close as you all are to her, you're still just ordinary folks. To be honest, I was against it at first, but seeing you rehearse convinced me. I knew then this would be a great show.
Is that so?
I've been working in this industry for quite a while now, you know. I've developed a sixth sense as a manager. There's no question that Rise-chan changed after getting to know you all. She always had something special that shined from within. But I feel like that's been polished to an even brighter gleam. When Rise-chan's with you, she seems to glow even more than usual. That's why I decided to place my bets on all of you. Give you a place on the reborn Rise Kujikawa's big debut.
We'll do our best.
I hope I'm not just putting more pressure on by telling you this. I'm serious though. There's no need to worry. We're professionals. If you and your friends give 100%, then we'll amplify that energy and put on a hell of a show for the audience. As your friend's manager, I'll give you all the support I can as well.
Inoue-san usually seems like a fairly stoic person, but when he talks about Rise, his face really lights up. I guess even as a competitive showbiz professional, Rise has that much charm. I'm filled with sudden pride and relief from both his praise of Rise and his confidence in us. I can only reply with a grateful nod.
Thank you.
Oh, I forgot I was in a hurry. I'll talk to the management, so go ahead and keep using the studio. Make sure you're not up too late, though.
I understand. By the way, what's your hurry?
Oh, it's probably nothing. Although, you haven't seen the Kanamin Kitchen girls, have you? Or someone that looked like them, maybe?
No, I haven't seen them. The only time I did was when you were introducing us.
That's all right then. I'm sorry if I said anything to worry you. Well, I should head to a meeting now, so I'll see you later.
I recall the 4 idols I met this afternoon as I consider the situation. They might not be on Rise's level, but they're big names for Takara Productions. It seems odd that Inoue-san, a manager, would ask me for their whereabouts. He looked somewhat flustered as well. Could something have happened? As I puzzle over it, someone bolts in front of me and trips while flailing. Dang, the whole shoe came off. Seeing her skid across the wax floor of the hallway like a baseball player sliding home catches me a bit surprised. After an extreme fall like that, she might not be up to talking.
Are you all right?
Face first. That really hurt. Oh, someone saw me. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. It's nothing. I'm fine. I'll leave. Quietly, calmly, and right away. And with that, I'm gone.
The girl babbles on and on before she zooms off at full speed like a clumsy tornado. What was that all about? She took quite a fall. Did she hurt herself? Actually, I guess I've been off the phone with Yosuke for quite a while now. If I make the others wait any longer, Rise will probably get impatient and then Naoto will get up and practice again. If that happened, Naoto would definitely hold a grudge against me. It's probably best I hurry back to the studio. Having reached the conclusion, I quickly head back with coffee in hand to where Rise and Naoto are waiting.
Hey, there you are, Senpai.
Welcome back.
Here it is, the pre-LMB report. Wow, somebody's already uploaded the vid.
When I get back, I find Rise and Naoto in a conversation while looking at their cell phones. Rise beckons me over, and I slid behind them. Looks like they were looking at websites affiliated with the LMB Fest. I look at the phone screen as well and see a reporter with the 4 members of Kaname Kitchen we met this afternoon.
Sure enough, it's the girls we met earlier.
We're live with the members of Kaname Kitchen. Any comments for your fans?
Yes. Well then, I'm Tomoe Sayama, your soft lamb. I may be a bit gamey, but one bite and you'll be hooked. Come to Love Meets Bonds, and I'll see to it you have the time of your life. Hiya! I'm Tamami Uesugi, your fluffy hen, and delicious to the bone. I'm always number 1, and so's my soup stock. I'm in this thing, so you better come see me. If you don't, I'll never speak to you again. I'm Sumomo Ujima, everyone's piglet. I'm a pudgy ball of fun who rolls around all day, every day. Yay! Come play, everyone! If you don't spend time with me, I'm gonna cry.
I am Nozomi Nakahara, your noble stag. As powerful as I am beautiful, my gallantry will sweep you off your feet. I look forward to an amazing night spent together. This Love Meets Bonds festival will be a special day for ourselves and you.
I see it's an interview with the members of Kaname Kitchen, since they're performing at LMB. In any case, that had quite an impact. Should we think of a greeting like this too? My gaze drifts while I'm lost in thought, and Naoto mutters, sounding a bit overwhelmed.
Those are some unusual taglines. A lamb, hen, piglet, and stag? I suppose it's unique, but...
Well, their whole shtick as an idol group is that they're all edible meats.
Edible meats? They're up for consumption?
Yeah, there's so many idols nowadays, you won't survive if you don't stand out from the crowd. Though that's not the only thing they have going for them. The battle between the corrupt, impossibly demanding producer and the poor, hard-working idols. That's another angle they're taking that's got them a lot of their current popularity.
A corrupt producer? Is that a common problem in the world of showbiz?
Oh no, it's not actually like that. That's just another strategy to get them over with the public. Then again, knowing her, I have to wonder if there isn't some truth to it.
Is that so?
It's the same one who's the overall producer of LMB. It just goes to show that it takes all kinds in this business.
From Rise's description, it sounds like there are a lot of strategies like this in the showbiz world. Interesting. The reporter on screen moves towards an even more flamboyant girl standing behind the other 4 members.
Well then, let's finish up with a word to the fans from Kanami-san.
Oh, of course.
Is around here okay?
I've seen her on TV before.
That's Kanami Mashita. She's the lead member of Kaname Kitchen. While I was on break, they started calling her the next Rosette. It's frustrating, but she's definitely hot right now. Even with my comeback, I keep wondering if I can come out on top anymore. Wait a sec. Okay, she's definitely had a boob job.
Hello, I'm Kanami Mashita, your prize cow. My meat is marbled, my movement is slow, and I sleep off every meal. Everyone, join me in wishing that the weather will be bright and sunny on the day of the festival. It's been
What is
hot
up with
lately,
meat?
and we all get sweaty in the sun. So make sure you bathe and brush your teeth while you're at it.
Thank you, Kanamine. And I take it you all have some closing remarks?
Of course. Well then, everyone, on the day of LMB, our meat will be extra delicious. So, enjoy every last bite.
That's all for our pre-Love Meets Bonds Festival report.
Konami-san wasn't with the group when we saw them this afternoon.
Inoue-san mentioned she was doing PR for her solo photo book.
To be honest, Konami sells much more than the other four. I mean, the group's named after her.
I've been feeling this way since filming the TV commercial, but all those appearing on stage for this event will be industry professionals, no? Maybe amateurs like us shouldn't participate in this after all.
There you go with that again. Don't worry about it. When it comes to outsized personalities, we're a match for Konami's group.
I'm not so sure that's something to be proud of.
Me neither.
I said you'll be fine. Anyway, it's getting late. Why don't we get in one last run-through before calling it a night?
It's that late already? Yosuke-senpai and the others will be here tomorrow. We'll want to be as ready as we can for the joint rehearsal. Well, that being said, I'm utterly spent. Please, let me sit out on this one.
What? Seriously? Okay, then go ahead and kick back, Naoto-kun. You've still got some juice left, though, right, you senpai?
Sure, I can keep going.
That's what I'm talking about. Give this last one everything you got. All right, you senpai. Let me know when you're ready to start.
Oh boy.
Okay, here we go.
Hello, everyone! Professor Teddy here. While Sensei and the others are learning their steps, we ought to try some dancing too. Let's start with the basics. Press the buttons to match your timing with the flying notes. You get the idea? All right, your turn now. Feel the rhythm and press those buttons. Yeah, that's how you do it. Okay, time for lesson 2. Sometimes you'll see rings that look like this. Those are scratches. For these, you just flick the left to right analog stick. Even if you mess these ones up, it doesn't count as a mistake, so don't stress out over them. When the ring overlaps with the outer circle, just move the stick in any direction. Wait a sec, that last one looked kind of funky, right? This is called a fever ring. They're pretty much like scratches. But if you get enough of them right, your dance is gonna go into fever time. All kinds of good stuff happens in fever time, so get it whenever you can. Now, last up is how to clear the stage and win. This hype gauge here tells you how much the audience is enjoying the show. Depending on how good your dancing is, it'll change, like this. If the audience's excitement gets too low, then that's it. Show's over. And even if you dance to the end, you'll only win if the audience had a good time. Psst, one more thing. If you get fever time when the audience is hyped up, something very good might happen. Alrighty, now let's bring it home. Bust a move! Yeah, you got the hang of it, and that's it for tonight's lesson. Till next time, everybody!
I let the adrenaline from the dance fade and take a deep breath to calm my pulse. Today's practice tired me out, but it looks like I've managed to dance through it. I don't want to sound pretentious or anything, but I think I've been moving a lot more smoothly lately. In the beginning, all I could do, hope for, was just to get through the steps. Kind of strange that I'm getting used to this when it used to be such an ordeal.
Good job! We haven't been practicing long, and you've improved so much already!
Oh, that was amazing to watch, Senpai. I must improve my own performance to match.
At Rise and Naoto's praise, I smiled in return, then take a moment to towel off. That's when I hear a slow clapping from the room's entrance. We all glance over.
Huh? Miss Ochimizu?
Rise's words, my attention goes to the woman leisurely striding towards us. From her elegant, formal appearance, I get a sense of pride, dignity, and unmistakable authority. The demeanor, could she be the overall producer of LMB Fest that Rise mentioned?
Indeed. It was most impressive. I even left my meeting early to see for myself how things were going.
Do you need something? We're in the middle of rehearsal.
I wouldn't have come if I had no business here. How low Takara Productions has fallen. I only permitted this farce because Inoue begged me. Rise Kujikawa, don't tell me that you intend to put these children on a stage. They're barely at the level of a school performance.
I think I explained before, but we have the organizer's approval for my friends to come on stage with me. My fans are cheering for us, and my agency made the call that this will be a good way to push my name.
Yes, I'm sure your fans would say that. Though I'm curious to know what the fans of the other idols, who have no interest in Rise Kujikawa, would think of it.
That's...
My apologies. I retract the question. It's useless asking you anyway, as you're nothing but a pretty face.
Nothing but... That's just rude!
What good can come of complaining to a plastic dress-up doll? Your puppet masters are the ones who should know their place. That would be Inoue, or in fact, Takara Productions as a whole.
What?
Outrage flashes across Rise's face, and the room is suddenly tense. This could get ugly. This producer, Ochimizu, some of what she's saying is correct, but it isn't something we'll take lying down. It's not just Rise. Even though we can keep a better handle on our emotions, Naoto and I are feeling the same anger. Before Rise has a chance for an outburst, I step forward and make a calm eye contact with Mr. Ochimizu.
Senpai!
We'll get it done. All of us. I hope you'll see.
Oh, I will. You can count on that. I don't intend to compromise on quality, even
What's
if I
going
must
down?
work with amateurs. No event that I produce will feature any perfunctory performances. Practice until you drop. You're free to make a fool of yourself in here, but no mistakes will be tolerated on stage.
Mrs. Chimizu makes her brief speech in the same court tone, unfazed by my gaze, and then turns on her heel, heading for the door. Yeah, what's going on, Mr. Chris? Welcome, welcome. No wonder she has risen so high in the world of show business. Though a part of me is impressed, I squash that feeling and continue staring at her as she walks away.
Then again, it could be that your moment in the spotlight will be removed entirely. Rise Kujikawa, depending on what happens, I may have you pair up with Konami at LMB. The new set list will be released tomorrow. Once it's settled which way we'll go, I'll contact Inoue about our decision.
Huh? Wait, what? I don't understand what you're talking about!
You don't need to understand. Just do what you're told. I've already discussed this with Takara Productions. If we go that direction, then your friend's presence won't be required.
Excuse me, but our friends will be here tomorrow, and they're traveling quite a distance just to perform at this festival.
My sincerest apologies for that. We'll have seats reserved so that they may enjoy the concert.
Miss Ochimizu abruptly exits, leaves us in shock. What's going on here? I'm struggling to grasp what just happened. We won't be performing? Naoto must be thinking the same thing. When I met her eyes, she looks as bewildered as I am.
What was that about? I'm gonna go have a talk with Inoue-san about this.
Rise-san, she's gone. What's going on here?
All we can do is wait and see for now. Once Rise gets back, let's ask her if she learned anything.
Yes, you're right. I just hope she doesn't do anything reckless. Rise-san?
It isn't Rise at the door, but a strangely familiar girl. Where have I seen her before? Right, she's the girl I saw earlier in the hallway who had quite a nasty face plant.
Excuse me, is Ms. Chimizu,
Chimizu? Oh, you mean the producer. She left a moment ago.
Seeing now to look to me for confirmation, I nod to the girl before us in assurance. More importantly, I had forgotten to ask earlier, but I hope she didn't hurt herself too badly when she tripped.
Oh, okay. Oh man, what am I gonna do?
Excuse me, but you are?
Senpai, you're not gonna... Huh? Konami, what are you doing here?
Whoa, it's Rise-senpai. Way too long time no see.
After Rise burst through the door, the girl greets her cheerfully as if they know each other. This place is a showbiz office, so it's only natural that Rise's acquaintances would be here. However, we were caught a bit off guard. And I think Rise called this girl Konami just a moment ago. Wait, is she really?
Sorry, Rise, but can you explain to us what's going on here?
Oh, right. Let me introduce you guys. This is Konami Mashita, lead member of Kanamine Kitchen.
Konami-san? Wait, the same one who was in that video?
Surprised? Konami's like this whenever she's not on camera. She's all reserved and boring looking. It's a lot different than her image when she's on the job.
And that's simply how it works? But she seems like a completely different person.
I get that a lot.
She really does seem completely different. It's hard to believe that this Konami-san is the same Konami-san in that video. Still now, there's not time for that. We need to hear what Rise's come back to tell us. I sort out my thoughts, take a deep breath, breathe before looking at Rise.
That aside, Rise, what were you about to say before?
Oh, right. I couldn't find Inoue-san, but I overheard something weird.
Weird, you say?
Yeah. Have you heard anything, Konami? About Nozomi and the others disappearing?
Disappeared? The Kanamine Kitchen girls?
Yeah. Looks like they can't get a hold of them at all, and everyone's running around looking for them. I bet that's why Miss Ochimizu said those things earlier.
Rise's revelation is enough to shock us all into brief silence. They can't get into contact with the members of Kanamine Kitchen. We just met them this afternoon. I see that that must have been the reason Inoue-san asked me earlier if he's seen them. And then there's Miss Uchimizu. This would explain why she suddenly ordered Rise to pair with Konami-san, and why she told us that we may not be performing. At that moment, everything connects. Next to me, Naoto rests her hand against her chin thoughtfully and making deductions.
I see. If they remain missing until the day of the festival, there'll be an opening in the lineup. Miss Ochimizu, worried about this possibility, mentioned her suggestion about Rise-san and Konami-san performing as a pair.
But we just saw those girls this afternoon. Would the producer go to those links just because she lost contact with the group for a few hours?
Probably. This is Miss Ochimizu we're talking about. I know about that discussion already. Ms. Ochimizu told me it'll work out as long as you're around. Still, I can't help but worry about them. That's why I was looking for Ms. Ochimizu.
It'll work out. But they're the rest of your own group. And not only that, they're well-known celebrities. What if they've gotten swept up in something serious?
I don't know. She said she'll keep a lid on this until the festival's over.
What? Is that what she thinks of us? Idols aren't toys that can be replaced.
If this truly is a case of them going missing, there are a number of measures we can take. First, let's speak with the event organizers and have them file a missing persons report with the police. After that...
Hold on a moment.
Rise and Naoto look at me in surprise at my sudden halt in the conversation. Please don't give me that look. Rise's anger and Naoto's precautions are both justified. I've learned these past few months that the showbiz world can be pretty cold, but this is something different. As far as we can tell, 4 girls have gone missing. This sounds like a case. However, we need more information. I look to Kanami-san and ask questions on my mind.
Kanami-san, when did they lose contact with the rest of the group?
Huh? Not too long ago, I think. I only heard about it from Ms. Ochimizu a moment ago.
Like I said, we met them just this afternoon. Even if we went to the police with this, I doubt they'd pay us any mind. Plus, if this doesn't turn out to be anything serious, wouldn't it put the girls in a bad position?
Oh, yeah, that's true. You're right. I gave Inoue-san a real scare a while back myself, but even then, he waited quite a while before going to the police. If he had reported me missing at the time, it could have snowballed into a much bigger problem.
Oh, same here. One time I slept through a day off I finally got, and even through the day after that. My agency apologized to our partners and said I'd been laid up with a cold. All that oversleeping gave me such a headache.
That's not as serious as the situation here, but you, Senpai, may have a point. Well then, why don't we do this? If no one has heard from the rest of the group by tomorrow, we'll go ask the organizers to take the necessary steps. And if they refuse to make a move, then we'll take things into our own hands and notify the police directly.
That sounds reasonable. Yosuke and the others will be here tomorrow too, along with Dojima-san.
I have a lot of reasons for holding off on doing anything drastic until tomorrow, but this is the main reason. Taro Dojima, my uncle from Inaba, will be coming here tomorrow along with his daughter Nanako. He might be on vacation, but my uncle is a working police detective. For a case like this, I'm sure he'd be the best person to go for advice.
So, even if the police are out of the question, Dojima-san might hear us out. Good call, Senpai. You're so smart.
Rise claps her hands in front of her chest at a bit methodically, while Naoto nods as if to hide her satisfactory smile. What a nostalgic feeling. I can easily tell that they're feeling by their reactions. That's when I notice in the corner of my eye, Kanami-san is staring, dumbfounded, and unable to join in the conversation.
Whoa, you all get along so well. That's so neat.
We've been through a lot together, that's all. Like we all became close friends before we knew it.
Close friends.
Come on, Konami. No spacing out now. You're helping out too, okay?
Huh? Wait. Really? You'll let me join you?
Why wouldn't we? You came looking for Miss Ochimizu because you were worried about the others, no? Wouldn't that make your goal the same as ours?
We won't force you, though. You decide what's best for you, Konami-san.
What's best for me? Oh, I feel the same as you guys. I'm worried about them.
Then you're already one of us. You're part of our circle.
Oh, hooray! I made some friends!
Let's meet up again once the others get here tomorrow. Oh, but you have work, right, Konami? Well, if anything comes up, I'll make sure to email you.
Oh, right!
You know, Konami, you need to stop waiting for other people to speak first. You're an idol. Assert yourself more. People only think shyness is cute for so long.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Such a harsh world they live in.
Alright, it's pretty late, so let's call it a night.
I'm sure Naoto-kun wants to freshen up too, so... Senpai, we're gonna ask you to stay in the room next door for a little while. Let's meet back here in a bit.
I have an early morning tomorrow, so I'll be excusing myself. I just have to sleep in the nap room.
Gotcha. Let's get to it, everyone.
We nod at Rise's words, and each of us go our separate ways. I I need to freshen up and wait for Rise and Naoto to finish changing. So I take my things and head to the room next door we're using. Still worried about Kanami's kitchen members' whereabouts are unknown. What could have happened to them? After getting ready to leave and killing enough time for Rise and Naoto to change, I return to the studio to find the door ajar. I guess they finish getting ready to go. I take a quick glance inside just to be safe and see them standing around their belongings, lost in conversation. Looks like I may have made them wait instead.
But much as I hate to admit it, once she became the producer, Konami immediately started taking off.
Sorry for the wait. Are you both done? Oh, were you talking about Miss Ochimisu?
Oh, Senpai, are you ready to go? Yep, we're talking about her. She's always like that, so even though she's legit, everyone calls her corrupt. They say she's the worst producer ever. She overworks her idols and makes shameless cash grabs from the fans. Some go so far as to call her a demon or a money grubber, including fans of the idols she's produced. When she started with Konami in Kitchen, she had footage shown on TV of her forcing impossible demands on those girls.
I see. So by showing images of them being abused as they earnestly pursued their dreams, it would only encourage the audience to cheer them on out of sympathy.
Exactly! That's the kind of thing she's good at. But doesn't it seem like cheating? Plus, if it really was all an act, I might respect it. But she's exactly the same when the cameras aren't rolling, so sometimes I seriously wonder if she's not faking it.
Having been on the receiving end, I can see why you'd think so.
Right? She always makes us do insane things without running them by us. I wish she'd think about the people who actually have to do that stuff.
Then do you think she'll force us to do something too?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, she's already made trouble for us. Thanks for butting into our practice and telling me to partner up with Konami without any explanations. What if Konami in Kitchen going missing is another one of Miss Ochimizu's promotional tactics?
I hadn't considered that possibility.
Wait, scratch that idea. Even Miss Ochimizu wouldn't go that far, I think.
I see. By the by, there's something I'd like to mention which may have no bearing on this case. I heard an odd rumor regarding the festival.
An odd rumor?
Yes. If you go to the festival website at midnight, it plays an unusual video. The video shows an idol known to be dead dancing in it. Those who watch the video to the end are taken away to the other side and never awaken. Or so the rumor goes.
Whoa, Naoto-kun! Where is this coming from?
I'm sorry, I wasn't trying to scare you. Of course, I don't believe this tall tale about some dead idol. Not one bit.
Naoto-kun, you're scared, huh?
Yes, but that isn't important. I didn't bring this up to talk about that.
Rise and I can't help but exchange looks as Naoto's inability to hide her anxiety. Still, she's right. Now's not the time to be worrying about something like that.
Go on, Naoto.
Yes, anyway, there's something that disturbs me about this rumor.
What's that?
Well, doesn't it seem a bit similar to our prior experiences?
When you look at a switched-off TV at midnight on a rainy day, you'll see your soulmate. You're talking about the Midnight Channel.
The Midnight Channel. The cause behind the mystery we were faced with when we were still just ordinary high school students. A world within TVs. The monsters called shadows lurking there. And the enigmatic serial murder case centered in the town of Inaba. All the memories of last year flashed through my mind in an instant. A sudden chill running down my spine. We await Naoto's next words. Our growing unease justified for once.
Of course, it's hard to say how much we can trust these sorts of rumors. On the other hand, this particular rumor has some troubling aspects to it.
Such as?
There have been genuine victims, and their numbers have been rapidly increasing. Though naturally, there's no proven correlation between the victims and the rumor. It's quite possible that the rumor sprung up in reaction to the victims, but it's a fact that a good handful of people are in a comatose state right now.
A coma?
Seriously? I never heard about that. Hey, is something like before happening again?
Is this another case with another world? That's what Rise probably trying to ask. I was wondering the same thing myself, but Nato shakes her head in response to Rise's question.
There's no knowing whether this is a case yet or not. I only briefly heard about it the other day during work. I was going to look into it, and if it did turn out to be connected to that case, I thought it might be necessary for me to consult everyone about it.
The LMB website at midnight, huh?
Offhand, I glanced towards the clock high on the studio wall. 11:58 p.m., almost midnight. If I pointed it out, at the very least, the three of us here could check the truth behind the rumor. But
It's almost midnight. Why don't we check it out for ourselves?
I knew you'd say that. In all honesty, I doubt that this rumor has anything to do with the disappearances. But all the same, it may be faster to get to the bottom of this rumor ourselves.
Wait, you want us to look at it right here, right now? Geez, fine. But we're all gonna look at it together. Senpai, you come over here. Naoto-kun, you're over there. And whatever happens, no running away, okay? Let's see. Love meets bonds. Oh, here it is, the official LMB site.
Rise taps her cell phone, touches the screen, and the LMB Fest website comes up. Set list ticket details, participating artists, several topics and details have been added, but the website seems mostly unchanged from the other times we've checked it.
The site appears to be operating normally.
See? Nothing's coming up. That rumor has to be fake.
I check the clock on the wall again and see that it's now a minute before midnight. Just as I hope, nothing unusual happens.
Wait, what is this?
Rise's voice pulls me back to the phone screen, and I see something completely new being displayed. Crackling static fills the screen, and an eerie light flickers. Countless shadows sway in invisible noise and barely visible.
They do look like human silhouettes. And they seem to be dancing, don't they? That's all of it.
This has to be just a prank. I'm gonna check with the admins about this. Oh, or it's part of Miss Ochimizu's PR. I bet she spread that weird rumor to get Konami's group to sell more.
That's when I noticed it, just an edge of hearing. What was that? I concentrate trying to figure out what the sound was. If it's just us here, I can't have heard something that unusual, right?
What's the matter, Senpai? Did you hear something just now?
Yeah, I heard it too.
No way. So it wasn't just me?
A voice?
What is that?
I followed Nato's gaze and noticed an eerie light swaying near the studio ceiling, like a fog machine or a stage pyrotechnic effect. It lit up a strange light as if looking down upon us.
Come, Rise Fujikawa. I've prepared a place just for you.
Who are you? How do you know my... Ah! Ah! Senpai! You, Senpai! Oh, you're up. Thank goodness.
I stare at the sound of Reset calling my name. Where am I? The last thing I remember is a weird light in the Takura production studio, and then...
Sorry about that. Where are we?
Most likely the other world that those who see the video are taken to. Wherever that may be. It seems the rumor was true.
Wherever it is, it's too dark to see anything. What should we do, Senpai?
It's that voice.
Welcome, Rise Fujikawa, to our midnight stage.
Midnight stage?
That's right. An ideal world where no one hurts or gets hurt. I only intended to invite Rise-san here. But oh well. I prepared a stage for you all. Here, take a look.
Suddenly a dim light turns on and we realize where we are. Well, perhaps it's not exactly where we are, but what kind of place is this? We appear to be standing on a stage, a fairly gauntly decorated one for like a concert. The stage itself isn't lit, but it's overly decorated and exaggerated in every way possible. Simply put, its designs scream out Rise's back in show business. What in the world is this?
Just who the heck are you? Not only did you drag us here, you put this thing together. What are you trying to accomplish?
Never mind that. I just want to connect with all of you. Look, see how many have been waiting for your comeback.
Are these shadows?
Come now, won't you sing? Dance for them. It'll make everyone happy.
Hey Hamza, what's going down? The shadows that fill the seats give an eerie cheer and sway their bodies as if to commend to it. What are these shadows? They've been waiting for an hour. No, Rise's performance. On the closer inspection of the shadows, bodies are all connected from their necks, hands, and legs with strange ribbons writhing as if they're alive themselves. I'm playing Persona 4 dancing all night, but I'm just doing the story mode, trying to do something a little bit different. This isn't good. If a battle breaks out, it won't be easy breaking through their numbers with just the three of us.
I've had enough of this! You kidnap us to who knows where, and now you want us to dance for these shadows? To hell with that! Send us back home, now!
The shadows.
All of a sudden, the shadows stop moving and a silent stillness falls upon the area. At the same time, the music, no, more like the eerie song I've been hearing ever since entering the world, begins increasing in volume as if encroaching from the far beyond.
Send you back? No, you're all going to dance. That's what everyone's here for, after all.
After the mysterious voice loudly replied, the shadows begin moving their limbs in the time of the song as though dancing. Suddenly, we're hit with an overwhelmed weakness. We fight just to remain standing.
What is this? I feel weak.
Isn't it wonderful? This song is my gift to everyone. Don't you feel it? How they all desire to connect with you?
So that song and the Shadows dance is what's affecting us.
You, Senpai!
Right.
I instinctively sense Naoto's intent and we react at the same time. It's as if Naoto's quick draw and my call to persona in my heart were completely simultaneous.
Ready?
Persona!
What? My bullet disappeared. And Senpai's persona too? Is this your doing?
Don't accuse me of something I didn't do. I told you earlier. No one gets hurt here.
Unbelievable. Both my persona and Naoto's bullets disappeared like smoke before they even reached the shadows. Just like the mysterious voice says, it's like anything violent at all gets somehow negated in this world.
What do you want from us?
Nothing really. We're just asking you to accept us. Come on, let's connect with these eternal bonds. Won't you be good children? It's all right. Don't be frightened. Let's dance together. Won't you join us, Risei Kujikawa?
My mind.
Careful! This is bad.
No, I can't.
Rise-san!
I can't lose.
What the?
I can move again? But how?
Could it be? We need to move. The shadows are being affected by our music and movement. It's just as I thought. That eerie song we're hearing is forcing the shadows to dance. If we can interrupt that song and the shadows dance, we might get through this.
But how?
I don't know. But one idea comes to mind. If we can force them into a different song and dance like before, then maybe...
What a tiny child!
No!
Naoto-kun!
You're connected with us. Now you can become the you everyone wants you to be.
Senpai! Rise-san, please! Stop their dance.
Naoto!
We just have to get those shadows moving to our music, right?
Rise?
Senpai, if that stuff Naoto-kun was saying is true, then there is something we can do to help her. Right now.
Huh?
I'll try and use my persona. Maybe I can deliver our music to those shadows at full blast. The way they reacted to my music earlier, I think I might be able to affect them a little bit. But I don't think that'll be enough. That's why I need your help too, Senpai. If music and movement affects them, then we should be able to pull them into our rhythm, right? Don't worry. Just show off your cool dance. I know you can do it, Senpai.
Oh boy, here we go.
Showtime.
I can do this. Yeah.
It's no war out there every day. You can't hide from me.
All right.
How's that? When your friends and boss look unlike on the face
Yeah.
of it, they may say history, but they fight all the place in it. Yeah, they fight all
All
the
right.
place in it. How they find the times, they just have to let us fight. I know it's not your fault.
How's that?
But there ain't no other way.
If I can just keep this up.
You're doing great. I can feel what's in your heart.
All right. All right. Yeah. How's that? All right. Yeah. How's that? Yeah.
You sink, you fall, break down, and you think you can
How's that?
take one more ground. But something almost evil keeps getting
Yeah.
you up. Something angry,
Yeah.
something deep, something stuck in your gut, something telling you
How's that?
you cannot give up, you cannot give up. So you fight the times, that's just how you rock the fight.
All right.
But when you're right, take your loss as it's right.
You're doing great.
It's working. The shadows are going for it. How's that? All right. All right. How's that? How's that? How's that? Yeah. Persona is the power of the heart. Depending on your heart's true nature, it changes form. Not just for hurting, not just for fighting. Right now, I know I can show you how I really feel. We will never stop changing. Answer my call. Izanagi!
Hey, had to start off.
Brilliant!
How about that?
Alright, there we go. I steady my breath and stand locked in place as the adrenaline dies down. I only realize it as a dancer in front of the audience for the first time, but dancing really needs expression. It seems like conveying what's in your heart is easier in this world compared to ours. At first, the shadows were just pushing that eerie song at me, but I could feel their hearts being drawn to our music and dancing. The eerie voice of the shadows must have been using the system to their advantage to try and control us. Instead, we use that against them. In other words, we wanted them still.
Good job, Senpai! That was a fantastic performance. Actually, what was that persona just now? There was something different about it.
I'm not sure. But when I thought I wanted to convey my feelings to those shadows, my persona responded from within me.
Way to go, Senpai! And that's why you're our leader. Only you can pull off something that amazing.
Come on.
It's true. Ever since I felt myself conveying my heart to the shadows, I had that kind this newfound determination. I had nothing concrete backing it up, while I still felt it clearly. In truth, my persona responded to my desire to express my feelings and took on a new form. We can still continue to change. Ever since the case ended and we got back to our normal day-to-day, I felt so uncertain, wondering how I could move forward, but just then my persona erased any doubts of that.
Naoto-kun, we did it! Senpai gave him a super sweet show.
I sensed it as well. That's what allowed me to return to my right mind.
You sensed it? But you got caught by that ribbony thing and...
Yes. Because of that, I learned something about those shadows.
Really? What did you find out?
When caught in that ribbon, it's as if you're forced to be the you that others desire, rather than how you perceive yourself. You're made to believe you want to be tied to the other shadows with that ribbon, even if it means discarding who you truly are. The most dreadful thing is that I myself felt sure that it was what I needed to do.
That's what I thought. With Naoto's theory and my intuition, it seems clear that the song and the shadows dancing are meant to bind us to their will. As I speculate, Rise seems somehow unhappy with Naoto's words. She pouts.
That's crazy! You're no one else but you, Naoto-kun.
Well, in hindsight, I can see how bizarre the assumption was. So my theory is that the ribbon has the power to induce those beliefs.
Yeah, I sensed it too. While I was dancing, I felt like I couldn't let my guard down at all. That the shadows would take me if I did. That song and the shadows dance probably have a similar power. So what I did was concentrate on getting my message across as I danced.
You said something like that earlier, too. What did you want to tell them?
I just did what you said, Rise. Dancing is about expressing yourself and your feelings to the people watching you, right? So I danced to show the shadows who I am, not what they wanted to see.
Huh. And as a result, I remembered who I am. It's ironic that the key to this confrontation was the true self I once tried so hard to deny. One shouldn't abandon oneself just because they've been connected to others. I feel that those shadows were released from the ribbon's binding because they sensed that as well. Rise-san, you didn't get that sense from watching him dance?
Of course I did. I could tell his dancing was different from usual. I just couldn't put it into words because of all that persona stuff that happened.
Yeah, I'm sure you got the message loud and clear, Rise.
Suddenly the cheering shadows involved in the glow shine even brighter and begin dissolving as his mother's light. It's a beautiful sight. Despite the situation we're stuck in, we can't help but to marvel.
Wow! It's beautiful! The shadow's presence is fading. What's going on? It's like they're returning somewhere.
Returning? To where?
I don't know. But that's the feeling I get. With that weird ribbony thing gone, it seems they all disappeared from this world. Maybe they realized something wasn't right. Like you did, Naoto-kun.
Yeah, let's hope so.
Still, what could those shadows have been? They didn't seem quite like the shadows we knew.
Naoto has a point, but we're out of danger for now. The situation left us with countless questions and barely any answers. First, we need to find some way to escape from here.
You don't like this stage, after all the trouble I went through to prepare it?
You again! I've had enough of this! Is your idea of eternal bonds tying up the shadows with that thing? You've got one twisted mind!
That's right. If this is a connection you speak of, then it's much too one-sided.
What's so funny?
It's okay. If that's what you think, then I certainly won't force you to stay here. But don't get so cocky just because you set those back. Our bonds are eternal. There are countless others to forge them with.
Really?
You. Are you gonna bring someone else in here?
Sorry, but you've already stepped off the stage. The next performances will be beginning soon, featuring Tamami and the others.
Tamami? You don't mean...
At an instant, everything clicks. But that would be a worst case scenario. The whole conclusion is wrong. I force myself to speak up, speaking with as much dread and determination.
The members of Kaname Kitchen. Did you kidnap them?
Why do you care? It has nothing to do with you.
I'll try scanning the area. Come, Persona! There are some places where shadows are bunched up. 1, 2, 4 total? I found someone! Is this... Tomoe?
No playing around in the venue. It's off limits to unauthorized personnel.
Rise hastily dismisses her persona, embraces herself with creepy ribbons and already slimming of her legs. We completely let our guard down, mounted ribbons, my arms were resistant as a tremendous force drags at my body.
Ah! No!
Goodbye, Rise Kujikawa.
Is this?
It only takes a moment to realize that the three of us are back in the same production studio where we were before we got sent to that world. Rise now seem to have made ungraceful landings, but they're all right for the most part.
Ow! Jeez! Is this how you treat an idol?
Looks like we're back in the studio. So as soon as we reject the bond that voice spoke of, we're promptly asked to leave.
At least we're all back safe.
Uh-huh. I was honestly bracing myself for the worst. But wait! That reading I got a second ago! It was definitely Tomoe's. I'm certain that's who I picked up on.
The same Tomoe-san we met earlier?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
That's right. Rise had picked up on some presents right before we were forced out. If it really was Tomoe's son, then she must be trapped in there as we speak. If that's the case, there's something else I need to confirm immediately.
What about the other girls? Kaname Kitchen is Konami-san and 4 other members, right?
I don't know. That place was a lot bigger than I thought. The only reading I picked up on in the moment I had was Tomoe's.
Given what we heard from Konami-san, it's safe to assume the rest of Kaname Kitchen disappeared around the same time. If you detected Tomoe-san's reading over there, the others are likely to have been taken as well.
Yeah, Naoto's right.
The rumored video clip that plays at midnight, victims who have fallen unconscious, and now a group of missing idols. This does seem to demand an investigation.
First things first, though. What was that world we were in? The name Midnight Stage bothers me.
There were shadows there, too. It seemed kind of like the TV world we used to go into.
Then there's that voice. It has to belong to the root of this trouble.
You don't really think it's that, deceased idol behind this, do you?
That's beyond my knowledge. Let's put that possibility aside for now.
Yeah, that's not what we need to focus on right now.
The video that plays at midnight, a world apart from reality, shadows that lurk there, our personas, and the missing victims. Even at this stage, it's clear enough that it's beyond what normal people can handle. We need to sort through the situation and come up with some plan to rescue Tomoe-san and the others.
Either way, I can't leave them in that awful place. Please, you Senpai, Naoto-kun, could you help me out? I want to save them.
Do you even need an answer to that, Rise?
I'm a bit shocked, in fact. Did you think we'd shrug it off as none of our concern? There are already victims, making this an honest-to-goodness case, and we're the only ones who can solve it.
That's right. Rise was probably serious when she asked us to do this, but the truth is we're taken aback that she had to. This isn't just anyone. Our friends are in trouble and she's trying to save them. So of course there's no reason we wouldn't lend a hand.
Yeah!
Now that that's decided, we need a plan. Yosuke and the others will be here in the morning. I'm sure they'll help us out too.
And let's go over the case once they join us. For now, though, I think we should leave. We need our rest after all.
Right. Things are gonna get busy, so we should rest while we can.
Got it. I'll go ahead and email everyone about the situation. Oh, we shouldn't drag Konami into this, huh? I feel bad, but I won't tell her anything.
Yeah, I agree. It's for her own safety.
Okay, so I'll just contact our gang. Well then, you two ready to go home?
Yeah.
Very much so.
The 4 members of Konami Kids are missing, and the mysterious other world. We might be used to this by now, but I thought it would be easy. Looks like we'll have a lot to talk about when Yosuke and the others arrive. I follow Rise and as I head towards the studio exit.
That is how their festival began. What do you think? Fate is truly full of surprises. No, they faced themselves and gained the power to stand up against difficulties. But their next trial was quite different. Rather than a contest of strength, it required them to openly express themselves and convey their feelings.
The woman smiles joyously before looking towards you again.
However, this did not deter him, and as if in response to that firmness of will, his power changed its form, adapting perfectly to the new situation. Fascinating, don't you think? By the way, have you thought about why you have found yourself here? Don't worry yourself over it. I don't have that answer for you. I asked only out of my own curiosity. Well then, allow me to show you a little more of the story.
When the woman raises her hand, the same light radiates from it, swallowing the surrounding scenery.
Here is where we left off with their festival.
Alright, so right there, I'm gonna go ahead and switch to the next stream. So you already know, make sure you follow, but also make sure you touch the notification bell to unravel the manuscript that is the Zen Chamber. Start up the next stream, you already know, any donations, proceeds, anything, just hit the PayPal, and let's get cracking.